Alright, so this is Wan2GP or Wan2GP, an AI tool that I highly recommend because this makes the process of running a local video, image, and audio models to be a lot simpler, at least compared to Comfy UI. But even though it is designed to be very optimized, unfortunately, Wan2GP can get very big. For example, here on my computer, the Wan2GP folder contains or uses at least 110 gigabytes of storage. Now, this is not actually really big. I have 5 models, and I think this is still somewhat acceptable. But given the price of storage these days, I think we have to be a bit more conservative at managing our models. So the question is, how do you delete unused models or unnecessary components in the folder? Because if you look at the Wan2GP folder, it can be quite daunting. You don't know what folders or items that you want to remove. But fortunately, there is an easy way to manage unused models in Wan2GP. So what you need to do is that you have to open Wan2GP, and here I'm just running it via stability matrix. This is, I think, the simplest way to run Wan2GP. Now, after that, you can navigate to plugins and then click models managers. You can click save and restart, but I'll just click save and I'll just restart this manually because on my testing, somehow it is not actually saving the new setting and it shows an error message. So usually after that, I'll just click the save button and then restart the server manually, and then I can open this page again. Now just wait until it finishes. Now I'm going to refresh the page and there's going to be a new menu called Models Manager. You can open it. And you'll see how many gigabytes each model is using on your computer. So I got plenty of models installed on my computer, actually just maybe 5 or 6 perhaps. But anyway, let's say I want to remove the Flux 2 model, the one that is Klein 4B or 4 billion parameters. But at the same time, there are 2 numbers. There is 3.79, there is also 4.44 gigabytes. What is the meaning behind these numbers? Well, there are 2 types of storage used on each model. One is the unique of storage, meaning that only this model using that, and there is also a shared folder or a shared storage where the model is sharing resources with other models. So this is very important, and you want to only delete the one that is actually being used by that model. You don't want to accidentally delete components or basically any other files that might still be needed by other models. So here I'm going to click the view button, and you can actually hover your cursor above the area above the name file. Let's say I want to hover above this area, and it will reveal to me that what are other models that are using this particular file or folder. Now in this case, apparently this file is being used by the Flux 2 Klein with 9 billion parameters model, and I still need that model. I just want to delete the 4 billion parameters version. So I'm not going to touch this one. So instead, when I click delete, I will select delete unique, which will only delete the components that are unique to that particular model, and it's not going to delete the shared items that might be used by other models. So I'm going to click delete unique, and there it goes. So now Flux 2 with Klein 4B is now empty. It doesn't consume any storage on my computer, but the shared folder is still being used and it's still needed for running the Klein 9B model or perhaps the Dev32B model. So you have to be careful and mindful when deleting the model via this models manager. Now the question is, what will happen if you accidentally delete the shared folder or the shared item? Well, usually Wan2GP will just download the missing components automatically when you're running the model. So it is not a big deal, but well, it's going to waste your time and you have to wait a bit longer just to be able to run the model again. It is something that you need to know when managing models via this tool. But that's basically how you can delete unused models and free some space on your storage via this models manager in Wan2GP. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.